Lewis Nixon 3, September 30, 1918, January 11, 1995. After graduating from Army Officer Candidate School in 1941 as a second lieutenant, Nixon made the decision to join the paratroopers. He was assigned to Easy Company of the 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment. Nixon went through the regimental unit training and pre-airborne training at Camp Toccoa, Georgia, and airborne school at Fort Benning, Georgia, eventually training at many locations throughout the United States and England for the invasion of France. Nixon was appointed as the 2nd Battalion Intelligence Officer, S2, and showed enough skill at his job to be moved up to the regimental level as 506th Infantry S2. Shortly after Easy Company fought in the Battle of Carentan on June 12, 1944. He served in Normandy, the Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany, though he never fired a shot. However, in the Netherlands he was hit by a stray bullet from a German MG-42 machine gun. The bullet went through Nixon's helmet, but only grazed his forehead and left a small burn mark. His most notable contribution to the war effort occurred shortly after the Brecourt Manor assault, when, then, Lieutenant Richard Winters handed Nixon a map showing the locations of all German artillery and machine gun positions throughout that area of the Cotentin Peninsula. Nixon, realizing this to be an essential piece of intelligence, ran the 3 miles to Utah Beach and passed the information up the chain of command. Command was so thrilled with the information provided by Nixon and Winters that it sent the first 2 tanks to reach Utah Beach to support the paratroopers. He developed a drinking problem, and was eventually removed and assigned back down to the 2nd Battalion as the Operations Officer, S3, where he continued to display his skill at planning and operations, but did not have to deal with the politics and high visibility at the regimental level. In Berchtesgaden, he had first choice of a captured, extensive wine collection originally assembled at Hermann Göring's orders, comprising bottles which were stolen from wineries across France and other occupied territories. Nixon was one of the few men of the 101st Airborne to jump with another division or a regiment. On March 24, 1945, Nixon was assigned by General Maxwell Taylor as an observer with the 17th Airborne Division on Operation Varsity. Nixon's plane took a direct hit after he and 3 others got out. He is also one of the very few men in the 101st to earn 3 combat jump stars on his jump wings. He ended the war with the rank of captain and did not fire a single shot in combat. He saw the defeat of Germany, and returned home in September 1945. He is known and remembered for his love of the blended whiskey Vat 69. This is commemorated several times in the book and miniseries Band of Brothers by Stephen Ambrose. Lewis Nixon was also remembered as always having a source of whiskey no matter where the company was. Nixon was portrayed in the HBO miniseries Band of Brothers by Ron Livingston.